Hello, fifth graders. Today is Thursday. Thursday already. Can you believe it? We're almost there. As you can see by the theme right here, week 37, 2 to go, meaning 2 weeks to go. I shared with you guys yesterday what's going on next week. So next week, besides having off Monday and a pretty kind of normal day on Tuesday, the rest of the week is very unique and fun. So we're really down to our last couple of days, and I'm going to keep pushing with the sixth grade math. I want to introduce something today that we'll work on tomorrow. Just a little, little splash of more sixth grade math. So when you guys go in there next year, you'll feel confident and be like, hey, I remember learning that in fifth grade. That's what we're in. So anyway, let's jump right into it and set up our notebooks. So as usual, we will head over. All right, so you have your notebooks. Let's draw our 2 lines down. I'm sure that you did that already. I really miss having Corey. Remember Corey would, when we were doing distance learning and we were all there, Corey would always be the first to have his label. He'd come into class with it already done. All right, so I think 5/27/21 is the date. Today we're going to learn about something called integers. Integers. Kind of a weird word. We do have a problem of the day. And I am going to display the problem of the day. Now, the problem of the day is a little bit different because it's not actually math. It is going to be to try to define as in say the definition of 2 different words, or what do they mean? Anything you know about them. So can you just write down these 2 words? Credit and debit. So write down the word credit and debit, and then just take a minute, pause the video, and write anything you know about those 2 words. Credit and debit. All right, back. So let's jump back over, and let's take a look at what those words actually mean, because that's going to have something to do with our lesson for today, okay? So we have credit and debit. So usually we're thinking about credits and debits when we're thinking about money or banking. Okay, you can use these words in other contexts too, but banking is a big place where you'd see these words. A credit is when you add money to your account, and a debit is when you take money or subtract. Okay. Now, I know those don't seem like they have anything to do with anything right now, but they are going to in a second. Next, I'd like you guys to draw a number line. Let's throw a 0 right in the middle. And then let's go 5 lines this way. And 5 lines this way. So your whole life, fifth graders, you have mostly dealt on this side of the number line, okay? Let's think about it. When you were in kindergarten, you guys learned to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you guys could keep going probably to infinity, okay? You can learn how to count, so please write those numbers on there. And then you got to a 0. Now, there is no decimal here. I'm not talking about decimals. But what would happen? Is there anything on this side of the 0? That's the big question here. Before we talk about that, let's give a situation, okay? All right, let's take a student. Let's take Kayleen. Let's say Kayleen really wants a new pair of shoes. And those shoes cost $80. But Kayleen, in her bank, has $0. Can Kayleen buy the shoes? Now, a lot of people would say, no, Kayleen can't buy the shoes. She doesn't have enough money. And I do agree. She does not have enough money to buy them by herself. but she could borrow some money. So let's say that she goes to her friend. I don't know who her best friends are. I'm not trying to mess with friends or not friends. Let's say she has a friend named Deandra. I have no idea if that's how you spell it. That's a horrible spelling, but whatever. We're just we're making this up as we go, okay? And Deandra said, "Yeah, I have money. I will borrow you. I will give you $80." Okay? So now Kayleen might have $80, but what does she? She owes Deandra $80. So Kayleen now actually has negative $80. You guys can understand that. She owes $80. It is possible, fifth graders, to go into the negative. There are such thing as negative numbers, and that's what an integer is. It is a negative number. So we're going to talk about and think about a little bit today, negative numbers. So let me get out my red. Let's make a prediction here. If the number's going this way, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, what do you think is going back this way? Maybe someone said it a negative 1, a negative 2, a negative 3, a negative 4, and a negative 5. So there is such thing. Another situation of negatives. So my daughter next year, so let's write this. Wisconsin, or where Mr. Manderfeld was born and went to school when he was younger, Minnesota. These two states have temperatures that go below zero. So you may have the temperature in Minnesota in January. The temp could be negative 30 degrees. Means that is below zero. So on a thermometer, let's draw a little thermometer here. Okay, say that this is right here, 0 degrees. It's way down here. It's negative 30 degrees. California, where we live, would be probably way up here at that time, probably be 86 degrees. They're negative 30 degrees. So you can go below zero or into the negative. So what happens if you are trying to add integers? How do you add negative numbers? And by that means, how do you subtract negative numbers? Let's first talk about adding negative numbers. So let's say we have 8 plus a negative 3. What would the answer be? 8 plus negative 3. Now, over here, we're going to take a note. Let's put a star. I want you to write think money. When you're dealing with adding integers, adding negative numbers, okay, whenever there's an adding sign and some negative number, what I want you to think about is money. Think of it as a situation, okay? So here, you have $8. You owe somebody $3. So if you had $8 and you owed $3, would you have money or owe money? Well, you would still have $5. So I like to put a plus sign there. So I'd be plus $5 because I have more money than I have to pay. So I'd pay $3 and I'd still be positive $5. Morning, Mr. Gilroy.
How are you, son?
Say hi to the kids.
Good morning, boys and girls.
Hi, kids. Hey, Mr. Gilroy, say hi to the kids.
Hi, kids.
Okay, there you go. He's like, what am I supposed to say? All right.
I'm in Nick Nolte mode.
Yeah, look at you. Okay, so you see the situation? Let's try this one. Let's say you have negative 6 plus 3. Now remember, when you add, you can go on either side. So let's start with this. How much money do you have? Or no, either way. Let's start here. You owe me $6, okay? So you have to pay me $6. You pay me 3 of the dollars. You don't have enough to pay me back totally. You pay me $3, so how much would you still owe me? Or would you have money? No, you would still owe me, right? You still owe me money. How much money would you owe me? You would owe me $3. Because you owed me $6, but you paid me $3, so now you only owe me $3. I know these can be really confusing, you guys. Let me show you one more situation. What if you have this? -6 plus -4. What would this situation be? Oh, you go to the mall and you get some lunch, but you don't have any money, so you borrow $6 from me. So now you owe me $6. Then later in the day, you're like, oh, I need a coffee. I want a Frappuccino. But that's $4. And you say, oh, please, can I just borrow $4 more? So you borrowed 6 and now you borrow 4. Do you have money or do you still owe me money? You owe me a lot of money because you borrowed once, then you borrowed twice. So now it's -10. Think money. So Miss Smith and Miss Lindsay, I guess I'll just ask that you guys write some of these on the board and just practice those in whatever way for whatever time you have. Practice some different ones. This is just exposure, you guys. Exposure means do not be stressed. If you're like, I don't know, he went through a lot, negative numbers in 6th grade. It's hard. It's the end of the year. All of that is true, but at least just try a couple. See if you get 1 or 2 right. If anything went in there. If anything else, just remember, 5th graders, that it is possible to go to the negative. You can go minus. There is such thing. Okay, where did you go? Where did you go? I lost you guys. There you are. So have a wonderful Thursday. If you have a lot of extra time in math, you can always do Boddle, Boddle. I don't even know if you ever went on there or liked it. I'm sure Miss Smith and Miss Lindsay have stuff for you guys also to do. We're wrapping things up. I'm excited for the end of the year. I'm excited for next week. I'm excited for a lot of things are going to happen. The kickball, I think, is still going to go on. You guys are going to lose, so I don't know what you're excited about. But I'm excited to reveal the Iron Man mask. We have giveaways. We have a really cool celebration for you guys on next Wednesday, a whole grade level Zoom meeting. We've got a drive-by graduation. There's so much going on, and I'm excited for it all. Have a great night.